First of all, the richest club game in football, it's called. What a story of hope and inspiration that Coventry City and Luton Town give other clubs in terms of going to the depths of despair but not ever giving up hope. Because the fascinating thing is, Luton or Coventry, despite where they've been in recent years, by tomorrow will be in a higher division. One of those will be in a higher division than the likes of Leeds or Everton or Leicester. It's not about the biggest ground, the most fans, the history. It's about getting a team together and right and maybe punching above your weight, but it gives you so much hope, and it shows in football anything can happen.
It sounds like a team talk you could be given just before the match in the dressing room, Mike.
You never know, Coventry and Luton players might be waking up this morning knowing that today will be a life-changing day, potentially.
Yeah.
It's huge for Luton and Coventry. One of those teams will end today with a place in the Premier League. Both teams have, yes, been punching above their weight in the Championship this season. And how now that all remains to happen is to see who comes out on top when it really matters as the teams meet in Wembley in the Championship playoff final. Joe Linsky looks ahead.
It's a match that decides two teams' destinations. 90 minutes to shape the future of Luton Town and Coventry City. By the end, one of them will reach the top flight. They've both been there before, but both return journeys have gone the long way.
And Coventry City are heading down to the First Division.
21 years ago, Coventry said they'd be back. Instead, they fell further. The club were kicked out their ground and sent to Northampton. By 2017, they were in League Two, but Coventry's rise back has been steered by Mark Robbins. He came in as coach and won 2 promotions. Now the Sky Blues are back home after 2 decades in the dark, and the Premier League is close.
It's real, it's there, and it's tangible, and clearly the players could have a major impact on their own careers, their own lives, and the football club forever. So there's, it's not lost on anybody. You've got to bring it back down to the rawness of a game and preparation for a game, albeit the game of this magnitude. It is a game.
At Luton Town, away fans head for the Oak Stand and enter the ground just beneath the houses. Less than 10 years ago, this club was in non-league. Now they've climbed through 3 divisions to the cusp of the top flight. Last time Luton were there, it was 1992. They went down just before the riches of the Premier League rebrand. Now the price to get there is £170 million, and for a club like this, that would change everything.
Yeah, it would be life-changing for the football club anyway, for us. We obviously want to move out of Kenilworth Road in the not-too-distant future and over, not too far away to Power Court. It would help with that. It is an older ground, it's got a fantastic history, and we're unbelievably proud of it. And to think there could be Premier League teams coming here, it'd be amazing for us.
In 2018, Luton and Coventry met in League Two. That year, the 2 clubs were promoted. The path to this match was set. For both of them to be here is already extraordinary. Now they look to take one more leap. Joe Linsky, BBC News.
Yeah, what a story. Now, Partick Thistle, 1 match away from the Scottish Premiership playoff final after beating Ayr United 5-0.
Lovely beers for you, a wide range of British-made lovely beers.
Nice. Thoughts on mashed potato?
I think mashed potato is necessary.
End of chat. There you go, Charlie. In your face. See you at 10.
Necessary is not a glowing commendation, though, is it? It's not really. Oh, I wasn't expecting all that. Here you go. Any thoughts on mashed potato?
Yeah, the old-style mashed potatoes, definitely off the menu. Boring. Add garlic, keep the skin on. Preferably sweet mashed potato with garlic.
Oh, you with your newfangled ideas.
There we go.
Stop
That'll spice
it.
it up for you. Yeah, that'll get you back into mash, Charlie.
If you're struggling to mash a potato, just get a whizzer out and whiz it. Massive knob of butter, bit of milk, lovely.
And then it would go too soft. It'd be like, ugh, I don't know.
No. There's a kind of perfect
You
moment.
didn't come here today.
No, I mean, to be honest, a lot of fans up and down the country, whatever sport and team you're following, so nervous you probably don't feel like eating much today, this morning, but do try and stock up. You'll need it as you hold on to your seats for the big matches. Talking first of all about the Championship playoff final. Wow, supposedly the richest game in club football because it's a passport to the Premier League for 2 clubs who never expected to be in this position. Yeah, the kind of day for both Luton Town and Coventry City that could be talked about for generations. One of those teams will end up with a place in the Premier League by this evening. Both teams have really punched above their weight in the Championship this season, having both risen from League Two in 5 seasons and now have this date with destiny in the playoff final. Joe Linsky looks ahead.
Joe Linsky, BBC News.
Now, if you're a Luton Town or Coventry City fan travelling on a certain train line into London, keep your ears tuned to the station tannoy. Especially Coventry fans, you might just recognise the voice.
Listen up, Sky Blues. It's Ben Wilson here. The next train to arrive is the Avanti West Coast train to London, Euston. You'll want to change at Euston Square for the Metropolitan line to Wembley, Wembley. As the train pulls in, please stand back behind the yellow line for your own safety. See you all at Wembley. Choo-choo!
That very impressive imitation of a train is from goalkeeper Ben Wilson, doing a rather good job, originally from County Durham. Hence the accent. That's a rather creative, isn't it, and inventive
Nice
to keep
touch.
the fans entertained.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the Women's Super League title will be decided later at the end of a season that's been, well, its most competitive.
It's essentially the transgressive nature of it all, but also it's a lot of fun.
Steve, how do you choose which fruits to have each night?
I chose it. The tombola.
The Rocky Horror. 50 years have passed in the blink of a time warp. Colin Patterson, BBC News.
Absolutely iconic. I was just saying, I'm sure I watched the film version of that much earlier than I should have done in my life.
Still affected by it now?
Made quite an impression. Yeah.
I was thinking when Mike came in, he's doing the sport today. Morning, Mike.
Good morning.
I had a theory maybe you must have been in the Rocky Horror
In
Show
my
at some
dreams,
point.
I think.
No?
I haven't actually.
You haven't?
Did a little bit of acting, but never in that. No, I
Okay.
think Oliver was my limit, actually. But yeah, fair play. I mean, it's an iconic show, isn't it? It's a film, and yeah.
There's some masses to talk about
Well, it's
today.
one of those weekends. This weekend, wow. I mean, fans up and down the country of whatever sport going to be so nervous, sleepless nights. The weekend when whole seasons are decided, whether it be in the Rugby Union Premiership, in the football, the Women's Super League's decided today. Got League 1 and 2 playoffs coming up over the next couple of days. But today at Wembley, wow. What they call the biggest, richest game in club football, the Championship playoff final. Coventry City against Luton Town. That's where we start this huge weekend. What a day for Luton Town and Coventry City. One of those teams will end today in the Premier League. And both clubs have been to the brink and back over recent decades. And indeed were playing each other down in League Two only 5 seasons ago. Now 90 minutes away from the jackpot. So yesterday on Breakfast, I focused on Coventry. So this morning, it's the turn of Luton, who have never made it yet to the Premier League. So I've been in Luton this week, basking in the feel-good factor that has returned to the town.
Bring me sunshine in your smile.
The beautiful game is certainly bringing the sunshine back to Luton Town. The outlook is bright again. Just like back in the 1970s and early 80s, when Luton's most famous fan and director, comedian Eric Morecambe, helped the club into the top division.
And this is, I'm like a lucky charm, a little bit, you know. I've got the tile and everything.
Well, keep kidding yourself anyway.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, I'm easy.
It may be nearly 40 years since Eric Morecambe was taken from us too soon, but his presence still looms large at Kenilworth Road, and he's still the reason for the club's bright orange kit.
That was going back to the early 70s when colour TVs were all the rage. You know, he felt when we were wearing black and white that we were probably a little bit boring. So he got his costume department actually at the BBC to look at some different designs and then come up with an orange design. And we stuck with it because I think that happy smiley face of Eric still exists within our blood here now. You know, he does epitomise a little bit of the positivity of what we've got, not just as a club, but in Luton.
Even Eric Morecambe would find the club's recent rise hard to believe, given that in 2009, after a 30-point deduction the season before, they dropped out of the Football League for 5 long years.
I never thought we could ever make it back from where we come from, and it was a real poignant day that day, and it just came to me to tell them that this was the start of a new era for the football club.
If someone wrote it, they'd go, it can't work like that. You know, that's fiction, but it's facts. And the Premier League is the most elite league in the world, and to be part of that, having been in the National League, as I say, it don't happen, does it?
If Luton win and get promoted, this street will welcome fans from Premier League clubs who won't have experienced anything like this before. The away fans' entrance turnstiles nestling between terrace houses in the middle of the street. It's not open today, but they go up metal steps through people's backyards and gardens before entering the actual stadium, which in itself is a unique experience because it's so compact. The crowd so close to the pitch and the players.
The away fans like to give it some stick, call it a tin shed or whatever, but you know this is proper character. This is proper old school football, isn't it?
If Luton now hit the jackpot of the Premier League, it wouldn't just be the club with its 10,000 capacity ground that benefits, but the community beyond as well. A recent report showed Brighton's first season in the top flight was worth up to 200 million for the local economy.
It's not just the football club, is it? It's the whole town. You know, the world is going to be on Luton. Luton gets written off, both the football club and the town itself, wrongly. And on Saturday we get a chance to show everyone how great Luton is as a football club, and then hopefully within the next year we get to show how great Luton is as a diverse, multicultural town, and it'll be fantastic if that can happen.
It's very important to have a sense of community, and the mosque and the football club have really worked well together. We'd share lots of projects, so they let us use their car parking for Friday prayers and also for Ramadan, funerals, etc. And also the football club also come in to learn about Islam from us as well.
This playoff final, though, does mean a conflict of interests for some, like ex-player Kirk Stevens, who had spells at Luton and Coventry.
If one of them score, I don't know how I'm going to react. I really don't. It's just, you know, do I get up and shout my seat, or, you know, it's going to be very difficult. The best team is going to win.
And BBC Midlands Today presenter Nick Owen, whose region covers Coventry.
But now a member of Coventry band The Enemy has joined forces with another Coventry group to create their own anthem for this weekend's playoff final.
But he's a former Luton chairman and lifelong fan.
Yeah, it's weird, actually. Suddenly you're getting this balance. I'm trying to sort of not get too excited about Luton, but obviously I'm very excited for Coventry City. And if it wasn't Luton playing them, I'd really be wanting Coventry to go up. I mean, no question about it. But as it is, I've just got to try and sort of keep myself in check.
One supporter who doesn't have to play down his allegiance is Chris, who's come all the way over from Sydney in Australia to be reunited with his Luton family and friends for this one-off occasion.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Unbelievable. What we are, with the smallest club in the division, team spirit, we've got everything. I love it.
Just seeing their journey rise to, like, I don't know, near enough the top flight now, it's incredible. It's a surreal moment as a Luton fan.
This season is just phenomenal. It's, you know, beyond anyone's imagination that we could be 90 minutes away from the Premier League.
Bring me sunshine, bring me love.
From the pubs to the town's hat-making industry to Luton's nostalgic throwback to football grounds of old, they'll all be hoping the forecast brings unbroken sunshine from later today. With Eric looking down and smiling, I'm sure, of course, if Luton win. Now, if you've just switched on and thinking, why am I just going on and on about Luton Town? We did, of course, do Coventry yesterday. And we will be looking at both in an hour's time. Partick Thistle are one match away from the Scottish Premiership playoff final after beating Ayr United 5-0 and...
Yeah, I did watch. No, it's great. I mean, this event is now in its third year, sponsored by Aviva this year. Anyone could just come down, turn up, have a go. I mean, we're trying to break down those stereotypes. This game is truly accessible for everyone, whatever your age, gender. So yeah, if you go to bowlsengland.com, you can find out more about how you can get involved.
There you go. Thank you very much from everyone here at North East London. Get to the website and have a go yourself.
Yeah, Matt, I think the verdict is commentary, excellent.
Really good.
Bowling, not quite so much.
Oh, it was all right. It was half decent.
I'm in the wrong job.
Wonderful. Have a great day, whatever it is you're doing this weekend. Breakfast back tomorrow from 6 o'clock.
Bye-bye.